Okay.
Derek, how you doing, brother?
Aloha. How's it, Lena?
How's it? Okay, so I want to ask you to describe yourself in a few short titles. I'll start you off.
Okay.
Son, father, husband.
I believe I'm a server, for sure. I like to serve. I'm blessed with a gift, and my job is to gift it back through music. So that was a good one.
That's perfect.
That was a good hold. That was a warm-up question. That was like, oh man, I gotta get the cobwebs in my mind.
Okay, well then let's take you back then.
Okay.
When did you first fall in love with the ukulele?
Well, exactly at 6th grade, 11 years old, I can recall seeing a good friend of mine's actually mentor. His name's Sam Ellis III, the late Sam Ellis III. He was jamming ukulele on the school bench. He was a school security at that time. And I just fell in love. I was like, man, that's such a cool thing. He was just playing and playing, and it was so foreign to me because everything was all sports, right? Baseball, football, and then that was it. That was the start of something. And then just fell in love with that instrument and always gravitated to the sound of the ukulele. So,
awesome.
Yes.
What a wonderful honor. And you said the late he passed.
Yeah, he passed. Yeah, back in 2013.
He left a legacy there with you, right?
He did.
Yeah.
I think it's more.
And I don't think he meant to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he set a good foundation.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Kanile'a is very happy to have you as an endorsed artist. We've been very fortunate to have you go out into the world with your ukulele. That same ukulele you've had for years. Tell us how did you come to be a Kanile'a endorsed artist?
It was a friend of a friend kind of thing. And I remember back in, I think 2006 or 2007, a friend of mine in San Diego said, hey, there's a really cool ukulele company on Oahu in Kaneohe. You got to check out. And they said, it's a pretty brand new upcoming ukulele company. And I said, what? And he said, Kanile'a. I said, oh, cool. And I think you guys were at like a festival or some kind of workshop. And my friend passed my name over to Joe and Kristen. And then that was the start of something. Joe called me. I remember it was like a raining morning. I could just picture the exact moment where Joe called, hey, brother Derick. And it was like, we was best friends already kind of deal.
That's Joe.
Yeah, and he told me his intention of the ukulele, his story of how he started in his garage. And it was just so organic. And I thought, man, this is something super special. And a year later, he made a custom for me, and that was it. And I still play them till today.
You still play them?
Yeah, 2008. So yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing that somebody in San Diego told you about a company here in Hawaii.
For real. Yeah, it's such a small world.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what's your favorite genre of music to play? Like, okay, think of it this way. If you were only allowed to play one genre, one style, whether it be pop, rock, reggae, blues, jazz, and you could only play that style for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's a great question. Can I just say whatever feels good? I was brought up not really necessarily listening to one type of genre. Obviously, I got brought up playing Hawaiian music. And when they started to doing the triple strums and all these fancy strums, and then got into the reggae, and then I started to listen to classical, Carlos Santana, Jimi Hendrix. It was a mixture of things, classical guitar, flamenco. So it was really whatever felt good. And nowadays, to be honest, if you ask me what am I working on, it's more singer-songwriter. So it's more using the ukulele actually almost secondary now, which is kind of uncomfortable for me because ukulele was actually in the forefront. Now ukulele has been the supporting instrument of songwriting. So, but yeah, I love John Mayer now, Jason Mraz, you know, John Legend, all the Johns, all the J's. Yeah, so it's all good.
That's awesome. You know, the net has been blowing up with your videos, and most especially of you at sporting events. So tell me, how amazing has it been for you to marry your two favorite pastimes, the ukulele and your love of sports? Tell us a little bit about that for anybody that's not been able to see any of your videos yet.
It is absolutely the wildest dream come true because, like I said, I grew up playing sports, and when 6th grade, when I was 11 years old, my asthma got really, really bad, where I couldn't walk up the flight of stairs to the 2nd floor of my school without getting shortness of breath. It was kind of pretty intense, where even my mom and the doctors could not figure out why my blood was just short of oxygen. So it was no sports, it was just a collective of things, asthma, and just something we still didn't figure it out till today. But we had to cut off all intense activities. Running, jogging, walking was really brisk walking, had to take it really slow. But anyhow, when the sports was taken away from me, I found the ukulele, and I felt that, oh man, my dreams of becoming a professional athlete, professional baseball player, whatever it may be, is pretty much shattered because of my health issues. Thank God, you know, throughout high school I got to touch sports again, play baseball, football, track. But then I had the calling, I had that whisper, and that kind of tug on my heart, hey, let's give music a shot. And it was very uncomfortable because I had to pass up sports opportunities in college, you know, so I took music. But then I always kept the childhood dream alive. Like, how can I marry sporting events with ukulele? It's almost unheard of. You know, it's very unusual. You know, it's not trendy kind of deal. So I ended up getting connected with the Arizona Diamondbacks, I believe 2010 and 2011. And it was just a cool story how things just happened, and I got to play the anthem at Arizona in Chase Field, you know, and that was the start of something. And it kept going and going and going from there, so.
Now you're hanging out at LA Staples Center, huh? Playing for the Lakers. What is that?
I get chills just thinking about it, to be quite honest. It's surreal. I mean, I'm just a local Maui boy from the next door island, right? I feel that I do have big dreams, but I really honestly feel that, you know, anything is possible, and that comes from a foundation that I was brought from, you know, while growing up, from Mr. Ellis and all the people that surrounded me from a younger childhood days. You know, it wasn't really about what you do, it's how you do it. So it kind of brought me up like that, where, you know, as long as you have good intentions, you know, anything is possible. So.
You got another generation coming up. You got beautiful boys that you're raising, and I'm seeing that you're sharing your favorite pastimes with them. They're falling in love with sports. They're falling in love with ukulele as well. How important was that for you to let them know at least the things that you loved?
It is very important, I believe. It's more important than our skill set, I believe. At least from a father's perspective. I try to teach my boys, along with my wife, you know, we try to be more working together and making sure that we're on the right page. And, you know, it's easy to tell a kid, hey, that's wrong, or no, do that, or, you know, this and that, and try to correct it. But I think it's even more important that we encourage them and uplift of what they enjoy. You know, it's like, you know, we can focus on a negative, or we can focus on, hey, that's a gift, you know, son. keep practicing. Even though they cards all over the floor, ukulele strings all dangling all over the place, or what happens, or what, all off tune, it's like, it's okay. Be messy, be creative, explore. And that's what, my kids do in baseball, art, drawing, in general, in sports, magic tricks. Oh my gosh, magic tricks. Never thought of that one, but yeah, it's been good. As long as we encourage, I think so. That's the main focus per se.
Well, yeah, Derick, it's been awesome hanging out with you. Just wanted to ask you one last question.
Yes.
There is this new generation, like your boys, new generation of musicians, artists, people that have, especially the young teens, they got something to say.
Yeah.
Some of them are dealing with dysfunctional families. Some of them are living in homes where there's not two parents, but they're turning to music.
Yes.
as a way to release. What kind of words of wisdom can you share, especially now that you're using the ukulele as not just as a lead tool, which is what you've been doing for many years, but now you're starting to incorporate that in songwriting? Mm-hmm. What kind of words of wisdom do you have for this generation rising up and wanting to pick up that ukulele?
My advice is really to just use the ukulele in what feels good, and what moves you, and what helps you to express what you need to say. I believe each and every individual here on earth has their own unique gift. And if the ukulele will help you bring out that gift, then by all means, go for it. Don't overthink it. Pick them up, and whatever comes as far as what genre, or you want to just strum or pick or sing slow songs, fast songs, Hawaiian, pop, reggae, blues, jazz, it doesn't matter. I encourage you to use that ukulele as however it leads you, so